think I'm live. I'm not sure anymore. Okay, I think I'm live. I guess I'm live. I'm live. Yo, what's up, people? Why did it stop playing music? Or does it stop when... Okay, is it because I'm using the internet on my phone? I can't use the thing. I'm like, oh, bloody hell, man. Everything goes wrong. Anyway, I'm somewhere in Richmond. I don't know how well this live stream is coming through. My internet might not be too great in this particular parts of town, but I feel like come on, chat for a little bit, maybe, I don't know, 20, 30 minutes, however long. We'll see how it goes. I don't know what's going on. Oh, that other phone just dropped. Pick that back up. My phone's falling, my music stopped playing. I ain't even know what's going on no more. But anyway, hopefully y'all doing all right. But yeah, I don't even know what I want to say right now, to be honest with you. I just kind of came on and just thought, hey, let's just talk. See what happens. Just see what happens. But it is what, 8:40 p.m. right now. No, I don't want to cancel this in the stream. I don't want to. This phone is. I need a new phone. I need a new phone. Like I've needed a new phone pretty much since I've got this phone. Like this phone that I'm using right now has never been good. I bought it because I had a phone and it broke. Well, the GPS on it stopped working, and that was a kind of a major issue since I use the GPS a lot. So I got this phone kind of as an random, I just went to a Tesco's and just got just something that I didn't really, I mean, I looked at the specs and stuff like that, but I just pretty much got something that wasn't too expensive, that I had the money for, and just did what I needed to do, and this was it. And yeah, it did what I needed to do, pretty much, but it's a slow ass phone. Like the processor, the whatever, the RAM, everything is slow. Like you touch stuff and it takes ages for anything to happen. So yeah, that's a slow ass phone. But anyway. But yeah, we are here right now. We are live. What's up, Guan, man? I'm just looking at my other phone right now, though. I don't know. Should I download stuff to it? Maybe. It matters not. It matters not. Just trying to figure out what's going on in the world. There's all kinds of stuff I'm seeing on like Instagram, people posting. I don't know. I ain't even know, man. I ain't even know. But I got a message the other day, invited me to do this comedy competition, which is really cool. So I have to send them a video. And yeah, just recorded a video, and I guess I'll send that off at some point. That's the plan, at least, and we'll see how it goes. I'm not sure how it works though. They said something about the earlier send it in, the better chance you have of winning. So I guess it's a voting type thing, but I mean, we'll see how it goes. I mean, whatever happens in the end of the day, really. It's cool to be invited to these sorts of things. So I looked into it because you get invited to stuff. Well, and it's always like one of these things where it's like, especially when it comes to things that you don't know who the people are, and you never know whether it's what's going on. So sometimes you have to look into these things. But from what I can tell, it seems to be pretty legit. Like people I know follow them and that sort of thing. So I'm like, all right, cool. They're not asking me for any money or nothing like that. So all right, cool. It's a video to send off. But yo, what up, Alan? Alan Evans 37. Where'd that chat go? There we go. It's going all right, man. It's going all right. Just figured I'd jump on my car. Well, I'm obviously in my car. Just figured I'd jump on this live stream from my car. And, just chill out a little bit before I start heading back. I'm somewhere in Richmond, which is... It's west... I want to say it's southwest London, but it doesn't use the southwest postcode. It uses a TW postcode. But if you're looking at the map of London, it is in the southwest part of where London is. So it is in London, well within the M25. I guess you'd call it Greater London, because it doesn't use the London postcodes, it doesn't use an SW postcode, it's a TW postcode, which I guess stands for Twickenham, even though Twickenham, I mean, I guess that's also in the southwest of London, sort of, but not quite the same as Richmond. But anyway, London postcodes can be weird sometimes because most of them are pretty straightforward, like N for north, NW for northwest. Was it E for east, SW southwest, SE south, SE southeast. Interestingly enough, there is no northeast postcode in London. There's no NE postcode. There is just the north postcode and an east postcode, but there's no NE postcode. Yo, what up, Chairman? Yeah, I'm in Richmond. I'm in Richmond right now, sitting in my car on the road in Richmond. But yeah, there's no NE postcode. NE, I think, is used by Newcastle, so they got NE over there. So London, there's no NE postcode. They just have north, N for north, and E for east, and that whole area where it's kind of northeast, it's even an N postcode and E or an E postcode. So yeah, that's how that works. And then you got the other postcodes like CR for Croydon, TW. There's IG, which is kind of the east side of London. Ilford, DA Dartford, which is again southeast, but not quite that. Peterborough postcode is PE. Okay, PE postcode. It's just PE6 for all of Peterborough, or is like PE 1, 2, 3, 4, or you know what I mean? Like it's just PE6. But yeah, it's kind of like the postcodes. Like there's a UB postcode as well, like the sort of Uxbridge, I guess, area. But again, it's like even UB doesn't cover just Uxbridge; it covers like Perryville and a bunch of other places. HA, like is kind of the Harrow kind of area. But again, it doesn't just cover Harrow. Like Heathrow is a Harrow post. No, Heathrow is a TW postcode actually, and that's far out. That's actually going towards the M25. So yeah, it's London postcodes be quite weird. I live 3 hours away from Richmond, Virginia. Okay. Yeah, we've got Richmond, Richmond in London, and you got Richmond in Virginia. Nice. So I am in Richmond, and Chairman is 3 hours away from me, plus plus about, I don't know, 15 hours on a flight, I guess. 3 hours plus 15. But yeah, how's y'all doing though? How's everybody doing today? Hopefully the stream's coming through okay. I don't think my internet in Richmond right now is particularly great because it looks like it might be stuttering a little bit, but I can't really tell. And I've got my phone facing the other way, which means that I might, if it looks like I'm not looking at the camera, it's because I'm not. I keep forgetting the lens is on the other side of the phone because my phone's actually facing the other way. And by habit, I'm always looking to the left side of the phone. But right now the lens is on the right side of the phone. So I need to actually look this way. And now I'm looking at the lens, but by habit, I keep looking like this. So if it looks like I'm not looking at the camera, that's why. Let me see that real quick. I'm good. It's a good stream or no lag. Also, that's good to know. Good to know. But yeah, man, yeah. So what's been happening? I guess I've been playing, GTA San Andreas a bit lately on the stream, which has been fun. That's been nice. There's a couple of movies. Well, a movie, I should say, really, that got released recently called Shang-Chi, Legend of Shang-Chi. No, Shang-Chi and the Legend of the Ten Rings. It's on Disney Plus. I do want to watch that. But I've mostly been watching what's it called? Not Naruto. What's the other one called? Avatar. I've mostly been watching Avatar on Netflix. I saw a video a little while ago. Big up man like Alpha Kings. He put up a video. He was talking about about Avatar and comparing it to Legend of Korra. And I've not watched any of those. But my little brother's like into that sort of stuff. But I watched his video and I talked to my little brother. I said, what do you think of like Legend of Korra and Avatar? Like is because Alpha Kids was saying that Avatar is better than Korra. So I asked my little brother because he watches these things. I'm like, okay, what would you think? And he was like, oh yeah, it's much better, it's much better. But anyway, I started watching it, Avatar, and it's all right. It's all right. I mean, I don't know if I'd call it brilliant TV just yet, but yeah, it's all right. It's definitely better than I thought it would be. Like, I'm more interested in it than I thought it would be. So yeah, man, I have to see this one through, innit? Okay, here we go. Try to get a chat back on screen. I'm doing good. Nice. I've done a couple of vids just to reach 201 subs. Congratulations. 201 subs. That is awesome, man. Yeah, it's like it's a cool feeling when you see that number go up. Like I mean, I know I was talking the other day about trying to not get too into the numbers and stuff. But yeah, well, let's be honest, like it's a cool feeling. Like we're gonna be honest, which we should be. We should be honest all the time. It's a cool feeling when you see that number go up, and when it goes from, especially when it's like you've had, I don't know, like 3-4 subs for a long time, and then you see it go up to like 10, and you're like, wow. And it goes up to like 50, and it's like, oh, and you get that first 100, and it's like, oh my days, I'm famous. But yeah, it's a cool feeling, man. So yeah, big up man like Alan Evans. Was it 202? I guess Chairman just subbed. Nice. Yeah, so 2 subs unsubscribed a minute ago. Yeah, I think Chairman just subbed. But yeah, Alan Evans does how would you describe your channel actually? I guess a vlog channel. I mean, I know you've been doing quite a few reactions lately. But I guess you also do like vlogs and like just putting out, I guess, whatever comes to mind, really. Which is cool, man. I think that's a cool way to run a channel, especially like one of the things I think is important in life is self-expression and having a place where you can just be yourself, Yo, Errol! To be fair, Hazer, you had a head start with your following that came over from GameSpot. Wow, you know me from GameSpot. Oh, snap, you know me from GameSpot. That's years ago. Errol HL, whoa. Whoa, you know me from GameSpot. I've not been on GameSpot for time, fam. Well, I used to be pretty active on GameSpot, like way back in the day. Like I'm talking like probably close to 20 years ago. You know me from GameSpot. Shit. Damn, I didn't even know anybody from GameSpot was following me on this channel. I was like, damn. Wow, I did not know anybody from GameSpot was following me on this channel. Damn, man. Yeah, it was so random how I found your channel on YouTube and GameSpot instantly. Oh, what's going on? GameSpot instantly and instantly remembered. Okay, nice, man. What's GameSpot? GameSpot is a gaming website, as the name might suggest. GameSpot, right? So if you know IGN, GameSpot is like IGN. It's a gaming news website. They do reviews, news, and stuff like that. And I used to be very active on the GameSpot forums, but this is like going back to like maybe late 90s, early 2000s. I think I became a lot less active, probably around about 2001, 2, round about then. But yeah, I used to be super active on the GameSpot forums. They post them pretty much all the time. Chatting, talking, all that sort of stuff. You never had a GameSpot. They're big things though still. But yeah, they're still around. I do still check on them as well. I do still check their reviews from time to time, and IGN and all that kind of stuff. This is like back. Listen, yeah. If you know the name Greg Kasavin, if you know, well, you just say you don't even know GameSpot. So, but yeah, Errol, you might probably remember this. But yeah, the name Greg Kasavin. If anybody knows that name, Greg Kasavin, that's when I was on GameSpot. So we're talking old school, yeah, proper old school. Where Greg Kasavin, man like Greg Kasavin, was on GameSpot, and he was like I think he was like the head reviewer or the editor in chief, or something like that. He wasn't like the owner or nothing, but he was pretty high up in the company, I think. But yeah, man like Greg Kasavin was there. This was a Jeff before he left, he went to Giant Bomb. Before he left, was it Jeff Gertzman? Ryan. I forgot his name. Ryan Davis. He passed away. Rest in peace, Ryan Davis. But yeah, back when they were on GameSpot, if you know them names from GameSpot, I'm talking years ago, proper years ago. So yeah, man, remember me from GameSpot. That is awesome, man. Oh man, cool. I dropped some new stuff on my Discord server. Nice. Oh yeah, I know GameSpot. They got YouTube channel. Yeah, they got YouTube channel, the Insta and Twitch and all that. Yeah, but yeah, back before YouTube, back before Twitter, back before all of that. Yeah, GameSpot, it was a web. I mean, it's still a website, but it was just a website. They didn't have all this. I mean, to be fair, they did do some other ventures as well, but it was mostly just a website. So you go to the GameSpot website, you'll check the reviews, you'll check the news, you'll go to the forums. Well, I went to the forums, comment on the forums and stuff like that. And yeah, man, I spent a lot of time in the GameSpot forum. I haven't logged onto GameSpot for a while, but I imagine a lot of my posts, I doubt they delete that stuff. So I imagine a lot of my posts are probably still there. Just from 15, 20 years ago or something like that. But, man, I remember staying up to watch the spot. Oh, on the spot. Yeah. Get nostalgic now. Yeah, I remember they had that game service. What was it called? Spy Net or something like Spy Game Spy? Is that it? Game Spy? But they had a gaming service at one time where I think like you pay something like $10. I can't remember what it was, but yeah, it was a gaming service, kind of like, I guess it was one of these things where it connects gamers to play, because like back in the day, like you didn't really have that many sort of services for PC gamers that kind of brought everybody together. So long before, this is even before Steam, by the way. So you didn't really have any services that kind of brought PC games together. Everybody was kind of all over the place, but you had a few companies trying things, and GameSpot had one. I can't remember the name of it, but I think it was called Game Spy or Game something like that. But yeah, they had that for a while. I don't think they do it anymore. But there was like an issue because that company was also making games, and there was like people saying things like, "Oh, if they're going to be making games, I'm not." Well, they weren't making it. I think it was run by a company that makes games, and they were saying something like, "If they're going to be run by this company that makes games, and GameSpot's involved with them, then does that make the reviews biased and stuff like that?" And there's a little bit of controversy around it for a little while, but I don't think it ever came to much in the end, and I don't think they run that anymore or are part of it anymore, but. Yeah, it was such a long time ago, man. I can't even remember, but yeah, I remember when Jeff Gertzman left and the whole thing with what's it, Kanan Lynch, Kanan Lynch 2, when they had like all the sponsorship all over the website, and he gave them the worst review, and then about a week later, wherever it was, Jeff Gertzman did not work for them no more, and that was news. That was news. It's like GameSpot fired a man for poorly reviewing a game that was sponsoring the website. Listen, at least you know the man was being genuine. And I've played Kanan Lynch 2, and that game is not good. So yeah. Mate, GameSpot got 4.8 million subs now on YouTube. Yeah, they're doing all right. I mean, it's a big channel. They've been around a long time. I mean, I think they've initially established in like mid-90s or something like that, like 96, 97. They've been around a long time, like them and IGN. In fact, back when I was on the GameSpot forums, it was like a big thing about GameSpot versus IGN, where if you're on GameSpot forums, you don't post on IGN, and people on the IGN forums, they don't post on GameSpot. And there's all this thing about GameSpot versus IGN, and we were like, nah, we're much better than IGN, and then they're rubbish, man, they're rubbish. And I'm sure they'll probably say the same thing about the GameSpot guys. But every now and then you get somebody who peep over on the IGN forums and see what they're saying, and come back to the GameSpot forums and be like, yeah, look at these idiots, man, saying this. That's all old school stuff. It ain't like that no more, man. Now everybody's all friends. Nobody cares about sort of stuff. Everybody's friends now. It's like if you're on IGN and GameSpot, they work together from time to time. In fact, I'd say probably Kind of Funny probably had a big part in that. At least in my mind. I mean, I don't know, like maybe things were happening before Kind of Funny came around, but I know when Kind of Funny happened, because it was like four guys that left IGN that formed Kind of Funny, and one of the things they did was, had guys did collaborations with GameSpot, did collaborations with IGN and other sort of gaming outlets as well. So I feel like they, at least in my mind anyway, maybe things are happening that I didn't see, but to my knowledge, I feel they played a decent, if not a big role, certainly played a decent role in kind of bringing all these companies together, where you don't really have that kind of them versus us anymore, and it's just everybody working in the same space. So you see guys from IGN turn up on GameSpot from time to time, or and vice versa, and guys from GameSpot doing things on Kind of Funny, and all that sort of stuff. So yeah, different times, man, different times. But yeah, man, it's brought back some memories, man. I can't believe, damn. I'm actually, well, I don't want to say I'm in contact, but I guess there's someone that I follow on Twitter and Insta that I knew from GameSpot forums, and like, I'll see his tweets and stuff, and I'll click like and comment every now and then. But he is a journalist now, I think, for a hip hop magazine. So he's kind of moved into that field. But yeah, like I remember he used to be on the GameSpot forums as well back when I was there, and yeah, we just kind of kept in contact a little bit, and yeah, he's doing all right, man. Man's doing all right. He's yeah, he's a journalist. I think he got married. I think he had a baby at least a few years back. I don't know if he got married, but I'm pretty sure he had a baby at least. But yeah, he's been doing photography. So yeah, that's I think that's there was another guy that I was in contact with for a little while as well, but that kind of drifted out. And I don't think I haven't heard from him from time now. But yeah, just one guy that I don't even say regular contact, but still in some kind of contact ish. I see his posts every now and then. Really bringing back memories, for real, man. Old school memories. But yeah, man, I was super active on the GameSpot forums. Like, I mean, I think by the time I wasn't posting as much, I had I can't remember. It's got to be over 2,000, 3,000 posts. I mean, I don't know. I'd have to log in and check and see if my posts are still there. But yeah, I reckon it was definitely, it was in the thousands. Like, it was in the thousands of posts, and they had another bit in the forums where they allowed you to set up your own forum within the forum. So you'd set up, like, for example, your own kind of community. Look, I guess kind of like what the Facebook groups do, but long before that. And it would be whatever you wanted to base it around. So you could have things like car fans, or I don't know if you're into cars, movies, whatever it is. People are into, I don't know, kites. You can set up a forum for kites and have people who are into kites come to your forum. I had one that was about rock music, and I didn't set it up, but the guy who set it up eventually left, and because I was quite active on that sub forum, quite a few people suggested that I take over and I'd become the new sort of guy that runs it. So I did. I ran that for a little while, and it was pretty cool. We talked about rock music, and I remember I had a segment, well, not a segment, but a thing that I'd do kind of weekly or so, called Guitar Girls, where I'd look up like women who play guitar and female rock musicians, and write a little bit about them each week. So I did that for a while. But yeah, it was fun. It was fun, but these things kind of drift out, and oh man, memories, man, memories. Oof. But yeah, it is awesome to think that somebody from GameSpot, because it was such a long time ago. That's the thing. I honestly didn't think anybody, and even the guy that, like I say, I'm regular contact with, I'm pretty sure he's not following me on YouTube. So I know I follow him on Twitter, and I think he follows me on Twitter back as well. But I don't think he follows me on YouTube. Like, as far as I'm aware, I don't think so anyway. But to think anybody from GameSpot found me on, that is so awesome, man. That is so awesome. But yeah, big up you, man. Big up you, man. Big up GameSpot. Big up IGN. Oh man. Oof. Long time ago, man. Long time ago. What was you doing back in late 90s? Were you even around? I know some of you were around in late 90s. So what were you doing in the late 90s? So yeah, I was spent a lot of time on the GameSpot forums. What was your biggest internet activity? Let's go with that. What was you doing on the internet mostly in the sort of late 90s, early 2000s? Like what websites were taking up most of your time? That's my question for the group right now. What websites were taking up most of your time, late 90s, early 2000s? For me, yeah, definitely GameSpot. Definitely GameSpot took up pretty much all my time back then. There was a few other websites I've frequented, but definitely GameSpot was the one I went to the most. I used to do vlogs on there too and put up short films, comedy sketches. Oh yeah. Yeah. Well, I guess I still do that. Not on GameSpot, but I do still do comedy sketches, and I haven't really done a short film for quite a while now. But yeah, I do still do comedy sketches. Not on this channel. I have another channel where I post comedy sketches, which is called Haze Hilarious. If you want to check that out, there'll be a link in the description for my other channels. But yeah, I do still comedy. I do. In fact, I was just saying actually that I got a message on Insta about sending off a sort of a short clip of me telling some jokes. So I just recorded that and maybe try to send it tomorrow or something like that. And see how that goes. So yeah, still trying to make the world laugh. Still trying to spread my humor, my brand of humor. You know, in my own little way. But yeah, I do still the comedy. I do still do the comedy sketches. I've done stand-up comedy as well. Let's see. I've done quite a little bit. You know, done quite a little bit. I mean, I did stand up in a place in Shaftesbury Avenue, and I haven't done much stand up lately. This is a couple of years ago. I did it last sort of pre-pandemic, but yeah, I did stand up in a place called in Shaftesbury Avenue, and it's called Lions Den. Well, there's comedy nights called Lions Den. The bar's called Bar Rumba, and I think it was my second or third time there, and I got Act of the Night one time. So that was pretty awesome to get Act of the Night and a stand-up comedy and an open mic stand-up comedy gig, you know, especially when you're still new at it. And the organizer was like, yeah, you know, I like what you do. I liked your set. He gave me some good advice and some tips. He passed away I think last year. But yeah, I remember he gave us some good advice. He gave me some good encouragement as well. So and yeah, gave you Act of the Night. So that was pretty awesome. So but yeah, I haven't done stand up for a while, man. And recording this video, when I got asked to record this video, I was doing it. I was kind of thinking about what I wanted to say, and I've been meaning to get back into stand up. But when I was doing it, I was kind of thinking to myself, you know what, I do kind of miss it. You know, I feel like I miss it quite a bit. I mean, we'll see. I mean, I guess to be fair, stand up wasn't my priority when it came to comedy. It will always been more the sketches. But yeah, I do feel like I miss it a little bit. So I don't know. I might have to. We'll see. Never say. You know what I mean? I don't want to make too many plans just yet, but I might have to do little things still. You know. But man, oh, it's been a journey since then, man. It's been a big journey. I mean, I've done some movies. I've done some music videos. I've written some stuff. I've written a movie. I wrote a movie, a whole movie. Didn't quite get made, but you know, never say never. Never say never. I wrote a book, two books actually. One was a poetry book and one was a story book. Both self-published, but yeah, neither of them are available anymore. But you know, we'll see what happens with those. Man, I've done, yeah, also I did poetry. I was on the poetry circuit for a long while, about 10 years actually. I think I was on a poetry circuit for about close enough to 10 years, if not 10 years. Did pretty okay with poetry actually. I won some competitions and got invited to perform in quite a few places. I traveled around the globe a little bit as well. I managed to get well, I didn't really get booked, but still, I did a gig over in New York, which is really cool. There are a few gigs in New York actually, which is really cool. But yeah, I got to travel to Sweden to shoot a poetry video, which is awesome. In Stockholm, Stockholm, in Sweden. And yeah, a few places around the country where was it? I can't remember. It was a University of Coventry, I think it was. But yeah, so yeah, did all right. Did all right for a guy that barely passed the English. For someone who in fact, no, I didn't even pass the English. Shit, man, I got like a D in English. So I mean, technically, it's a pass because it's grade, right? But it's not a good pass. You know what I mean? Unless you get C or above, it's not a good pass. But for a guy who got a D in English, I managed to do pretty okay in the poetry world. So I'm pretty pleased with that. But yeah, I'm not really. I mean, I still kind of write poetry, kind of, but because part of me feels like I'm not done with it. I've just wasn't feeling that I wanted to be on a poetry scene as much anymore. I just more and more it felt like it wasn't a place for me. But I'm not. I feel like part of me, a big part of me, still feels like I'm not done with poetry. So I do still write stuff down from time to time, and I still kind of feel like my best poem is still to come. So what I mean, that we'll see. You'll see. I mean, it's been a while. It's been a while, but might have to pull something out my sleeve still. A man walks into a bar. It was an iron bar. Okay. Oh, because it's like a bar. He walks into the bar. Okay. I mean, it's the way you say it, but it's okay, Alan. It's okay, Alan. Keep working on it. You'll get there. Oh man, you know what though? Yeah, that was oof. Yeah. I was talking to, well, I wasn't talking to. I shouldn't lie about who I'm talking to. But I was so yeah. I'm in the car. I drive a cab, and I had these passengers, and they were talking about midlife crisis, and he was saying that about around about 42, 43 is when you reach a midlife crisis, right? And yeah, I'm pretty much that age, but I don't feel I've had a midlife crisis. Um, and I was thinking about this, like, I feel like when you live your life the best way you can, I'm not sure you have things like midlife crisis in the end, because like a midlife crisis to me, it seems like the type of thing that happens when you kind of get to a point in your life, maybe 40, 50 or whatever it is, but you kind of get to a point in your life where you're looking back and realize there's so many things that you wanted to do that you haven't done. And you feel like you're kind of running out of time. And then you kind of panic and just try to do all these things in such a short amount of time. And most likely it ends up being things that are kind of a bit silly or things that you didn't really think about too much. And, that's that sort of stuff, right? And although there's plenty of things that I've wanted to do that I haven't done, I think, to be fair, I've done a lot of cool stuff. You know, I've done a lot of cool stuff. Yo, what up, Sam? Sam, it's going all right, Sam. We're just talking about well, what we was talking about GameSpot and my history GameSpots brought back some memories there. But just started talking about midlife crises now. And I was saying that, I mean, look, I'm no expert. I'm just some guy on the internet with thoughts and opinions, right? But I feel like a midlife crisis is one of these things that happens when you get to that point in your life and you realize there's so many things you haven't done that you wanted to do, and you panic, and because you kind of feel like you're running out of time, like you're literally middle of your life, right? And you feel like you're running out of time, and you got to do them before it's too late, and you kind of panic and trying to do all these things, and it's such a short amount of time. But yeah, I feel like for me, I don't feel like I had that. And I think, and like I said, I'm no expert. I'm no expert. I just know what I think and what I feel. But I think the reason why I never really had that kind of panic is because yeah, I've done a lot of cool stuff. I remember writing down. Okay, here's the thing. Like I think I was about 31 or 32 where I came across the idea that the person you are at 40 is the person you'll be for the rest of your life. And that was something that I read in it was kind of like something that I read in the Quran. And then I came across it in like other places where people talk about a fool at 40 is a fool for life. And I kind of realized that different cultures and different societies have different versions of it, but all kind of mean the same sort of thing. That once you get to 40, that's pretty much who you are. And that's not to say that you can never, ever, ever change. Of course, you could always change. But I've noticed in myself and in other people that the older you get, the more kind of set in your ways you get, right? So I kind of thought to myself at around about 31, 32 that if indeed I make it to 40, whoever I am, I want to be the type of person that is, open to learning, open to understanding, open to admitting that they're not perfect and they've made mistakes, open to, just generally quite open. And I felt the best way to go about doing that is to, I wrote down a whole bunch of things that I wanted to do and try to do as many of them as possible. In the idea that I'll be the type of person who's continue trying to do new things. And yeah, I wrote down loads of stuff. I don't remember all the things I wrote down, but I wrote down loads of stuff. And yeah, I didn't do all of them. But I did quite a few things. Like, I mean, I've got a spoken word album out. I've been in a movie that got released in the cinema. What else? Yeah, I've traveled. I mean, I've done a lot of cool stuff. And yeah, so it's like I feel like by the time I got to that age, it was like, I mean, yeah, there's still things I want to do, and I'm not saying that. Of course, there's still things I want to do, but I guess I never felt like that panic. I've got to do everything now. It's kind of like, yeah, I still think I want to do. I still want to make plans. I still want to learn and all that kind of stuff, but. Yeah, I guess never really had that because I don't know. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe there's another reason, or maybe it's still to come. Maybe for me it happens later on. Maybe that's all it is. But yeah, I don't know. That's just thoughts in my head. Have you ever needed the toilet so bad that you run to the toilet only to find that someone else is in the bug? Yeah, that's happened. I mean, if you live with people, it happens. Helps when you got more than one toilet though. Sucks when you go to like a petrol station or something, and you pull up to the petrol station, you go to the toilet, and somebody's in there, and they're taking ages. Like, bro, what are you doing, man? And here's the thing though, I never knock the door on the toilet because I hate it when people knock the door when I'm in the toilet. I don't know if that ever happened to you, but when you're in the toilet and somebody's knocking on the door, like, no, why are you knocking the door? Like, it's locked. Somebody's in here. There's no need for you to be knocking on the door. Like, what? I don't like that, and I'm not gonna answer you like, hello, like, you know what I mean? Like, bro, come on. So ask me how long I'm gonna be. Like, nah, listen, I'm done when I'm done. That's all you need to know. You need a fancy red sports car. Do I though? Do I? I don't know, man. Maybe black, actually. I don't know about red. Maybe black. All right, doing good. Awesome. Y'all doing all right, man. Y'all doing all right. The thing about sports cars, though, is that they are really cool looking, but they're so impractical. They're so impractical. It's like, for one thing, you can only fit like 2 people in there. Some of them you can fit maybe like a third person in the back, but they have to sit in a mad uncomfortable position or something because there's so little space in the back if they even have a back seat. So there's that. And it's like if you can't really do like shopping in them or anything like that because they don't really hold much. And then you can't, even though they go really fast, you can't really drive fast in them because you have so many speed restrictions in the city. So it's just like, what is the point? Like, unless you live somewhere where you could like go out onto a track or something like that. Like, I don't know, if you could rent out Silverstones or whatever and go on a track and just like, do that. Like, then yeah, cool. But other than that, it's like if you're driving around town, it's 20 miles an hour in most parts in a lot of parts of London, especially in central London. Most roads are 20 miles an hour. And then even when you get a bit out, it's like 30 miles an hour. And the only roads that are like sort of 40, there's like the sort of dual carriageways. But yeah, like even like 40, you'd have to be going up to like out of town and going under motorways like 70 miles an hour to get any real speed. And I know some people, I know a lot of people go way faster than the speed limits. I'm aware that happens. I'm just saying that if you get one of those cars and you are a law-abiding citizen, you're not going to get much use out of it. And if you're not a law-abiding citizen, you're probably going to end up crashing because you're driving too fast and you can't, and I'm not controlling it properly. So yeah, as cool as they look, they're so impractical. They're so impractical. If I live in my house, it's well free. My house when you need to loo. There's four in my house. I share the horror. When you get there, it's like, oh. Oh. Yeah. Sometimes you just get to find a bottle. just find a bottle. I don't know if that's a good idea for Sam, but for the non-lady folk, you can just go find a bottle. Find a bottle and use that. Just make sure it's a wide mouth bottle. You want a bottle that has like a really thin opening, because then you have to like hold it real steady, hold it real steady, just at the right angle. Go outside in the bush. No, that's just nasty. Come on, man. In a bush. You know what? By the way, that's actually one of the reasons why I don't eat berries on bushes. Like sometimes, if you walk down the streets, or any kind of road, you'll see sometimes that people have these like berry bushes just growing in front of their house, and sometimes people stop and pick the berries off. It's not a problem. People don't mind you picking berries off the bush. That's not the issue. The issue is that somebody's probably pissed on those bushes. Like somebody has probably pissed on those bushes, and those berries grew out of that piss nourishment. I'm not eating those berries. I'm not eating those berries. Like, no, that isn't us. That's not what I'm. No, I've seen people you see people just picking berries off. Like, oh yeah, I'll take some berries. Oh, tasty. These are really nice. Somebody has probably pissed on that bush, and those berries grew out of piss nutrition, or was it piss? I don't know what photosynthesis or whatever it's called. I don't know. I ain't know the science behind it, but the point is, instead of getting all their nutrients from the water and everything else, they got it from somebody's piss, and those berries grew out of that. So whatever you're tasting is piss nourished berries. That's what it comes down to. And I ain't trying to eat that, man. I don't think so. I could buy my berries from the shop. I mean, somebody's probably pissed in the berry on those bushes too, to be honest with you. I think someone's probably pissed in the berry bush that you buy in the shop, but at least you don't see it. At least then you don't see it. It's like when you see somebody pissed on bushes and berries growing out of that, it's like, nah, I don't think so. When you don't see it, cool. It's all right then. It's all right. As long as you don't see it, it's not a problem. See that thing we looked at then. Oh right, yeah. The shiwi, yeah. Strap it on and like, there you go. There you go. Hey man, sometimes you gotta do what you gotta do. You know what I'm saying? You gotta do what you gotta do. It's not the ideal situation, but hey, needs must, as they say. Oh, But yeah, I do have a rule. Actually, that is one of my rules. I don't pee in bushes. I've seen like cab drivers sometimes where they will like pull up on the road, jump out the car, and just go piss on somebody's wall. I was like, nah, I'm not doing that. I'm not doing that. Like, there's certain rules of decorum one must abide by, I think. And yeah, so I don't pee in bushes. Like I could, the last time I peed in the bush. I don't even remember how long ago it was, but it's good. I mean, it'd be more than 10 years ago, maybe even close to like 15 years ago. Um, but I remember like I was coming back from like it was like a work party or something like that, and so it was quite late. And I mean, we're talking like proper late, like AM type late, and I just needed to pee so badly, and I was trying to hold it until I got home. But it's like, you know what? It gets to a point where you're like, nah, 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 nah. And yeah, I remember just like finding a bush somewhere, walking into it, making sure like, we can see around. I'm like, and that was the last time, and hopefully the last time I've ever peed in the bush. Beats walking home at 4 a.m. in the morning, drunk and weeing in the bush. I mean, no, I've ever done that. Trouble is, the more you hold it, the more it starts to hurt. Well, that is true. That is true. But you know what, though? I was reading about holding your pee because, you're doing this line of work. You don't necessarily always get to use the toilet right when you want to, right? It's kind of the nature of the work. So I was reading about, how long can you hold your pee for before it becomes a problem? And here's what I found out. And I don't know, it's probably not interesting to anybody, to be honest with you, but I'm going to tell you anyway. I'm about to tell you something that I'm pretty sure nobody cares about. I'm going to say it anyway. So here's what I read. It takes approximately 10 hours, 10 hours for your bladder to go from empty to completely filled. So from the moment you pee, yeah, you've emptied your bladder, from when you piss out, right? Approximately 10 hours later is when your bladder will be completely filled. However, at around the 5 hour mark is when you really start to feel the urge. So like, here's the thing: your bladder is constantly producing urine. Like once you piss out, you're constantly producing urine, right? So you could, if you wanted to, piss, and about 10, 20 minutes later, go for another piss. Not much is going to come out, but you could do that. So you don't really necessarily feel you need to pee for maybe 2, 3 hours later, right? But when you get to the 5 hour mark, that's around about the time you feel the urge. Right? That's when you really feel that you need to go, is around about the 5 hour mark, right? But once you get to that 5 hour mark, it is actually possible to hold it for another 5 hours. Now, that being said, it is not recommended that you hold your pee for 10 hours. Certainly not on a regular basis, because yeah, you can actually do some damage to yourself. Like end up with like things like, damaged bladder and urine infections and things like that if you're constantly, I mean, once in a while, whatever, right? But yes, on a regular basis, you don't want to be holding your pee for like 5+ hours. It's not a good idea. So yeah, take regular pee breaks is really what it comes down to. Like don't leave it too long. Like make sure you take regular pee breaks for your own health and safety. Can someone tell my bladder that sometimes I go that I need to go again? That could be the coffee, actually. That could be the coffee. Like I find that, I mean, coffee doesn't make me pee. I mean, of course, everything makes you pee. Let me rephrase that. Of course, it's going to make you pee, but I don't think coffee makes me want to pee any sooner than other stuff. But I do find that when I drink coffee, like that time at around about like say the 2, 3 hour mark where you normally want to start going, that's when it really, like, instead of it just being like a regular kind of okay, I can go, but I can hold it. It's more of a I can't hold this type feeling at about a 2-3 hour mark if I drink coffee. So I don't know if it. I don't. So it doesn't necessarily make me want to pee, say, sooner. It's the same sort of time, I reckon, but it just feels a bit more intense. I don't know. Maybe because I'm sitting down. It might be because I'm sitting down, not necessarily because of the coffee. Actually, to be honest with you, it might be just my seating position that has that feeling. I don't know. I don't know. But yeah, I think the only thing that I'm pretty certain made me like, actually no, couple of things make me pee a lot quicker than normal. And one was when I used to drink. So when I used to drink like beer and stuff like that, you know, if I drink a beer and it'd be like, I don't know, like within like maybe 20-30 minutes or so, I will need to go to the toilet if I had like a beer. Or things like you know those energy drinks like the what was it called, Reckless or whatever, Relentless, or all that kind of stuff. I mean, not really that, because I'll usually buy the cheap stuff like that you get in Tesco's. But the point is, those energy drinks, right? Those would make me pee a lot. Like, I never felt more energy. I literally, like, you'd have them, it's supposed to give you more energy. I never felt that it gave me more energy. It just made me pee a lot. Like, it just made me pee more frequently and a lot. Like, I'd be going to the toilet like, you know, 2-3 times in an hour or something like that. Just like, this is ridiculous. So yeah, I don't drink any drinks. They don't do it for me. He said that coffee, you take a bad apologize. I don't know, man. I'm just going by how I feel. I'm just going by what it does for me. Baby time. Tea can make you pee a lot, though. You know what? Does tea make me pee? I feel like tea. I don't know. I'm not sure. I'm not sure. I don't. I guess I don't. I probably don't drink enough tea to notice. But yeah, I probably don't drink enough tea to notice. But I feel like it's probably the same as coffee for me when I'm thinking about it. Like, it doesn't necessarily make me go quicker, but when I do go, it tends to feel a bit more intense. Rockets. Rocket from the socket. Well, it's not really a socket, actually. If you're peeing out the socket, that'd be a bit awkward. You might want to see a doctor if you're peeing out the socket. Well, actually, for a man to pee out the socket, you might want to see a doctor. For a woman to pee out the socket, that's just normal. So yeah. Which sockets, I suppose, as well. If you're peeing out the front socket and you're a woman, not a problem. If you pee out the back socket, yeah, you might want to see a doctor. I'm just saying. Facts over feelings, Kev. Coffee is a beautiful thing. Need to hold you accountable and counsel you. You know, it had to happen eventually. Had to happen. You know what? I've been on the internet long enough. I had to get counseled eventually. What can I say, man? It sucks. It sucks, but hey, I guess this day was always coming. I got an extension cord. You know, that's not such a bad idea, actually. Like, you could get like a pee pipe, right? That you attach to your knob, right? And then like it leads all the way into the toilet. So you could just like sit on your couch and just like piss into this pipe, and it just carries it all the way to the toilet for you. You don't even need to get up. That's actually a pretty good idea, you know. I'm just saying. I think that's a good idea. I feel like that should be a thing where you could just like have like a pipe that leads all the way to the toilet from your living room. So you could be on the couch and watch your movies, watch your TV, whatever. You never have to get up. You just like let it out. That's all. You could. Think how much time you save by not having to get up to go to the toilet. It makes your work more efficient because you just never have to get up. You can just be at your desk and be like, oh, just let it out. I don't need to stop doing my work. I can work and pee at the same time. And it just goes it all for you. To take that as a dragon's den. The pee pipe. The pee pipe and the poop chute. That's what we need. The pee pipe and the poop chute. So like you don't need to get up at all. You can just like let it all out and it carries it all to the toilet for you. That's what we need. There we go. I'm just saying, man. The pee pipe and the poop chute. Poop chute. That's what the world needs right now, man. You know, not all these like you know, what they inventing, like drones and flying drones and you know doors that open when you touch them with your finger, where they read your fingerprints. You know, we don't need that stuff. We need pee pipes and poop chutes. That's what we need. You know, that's what we need. We don't need, you know, like doors that can sense you when you're coming and open automatically. No, we need pee pipes and poop chutes. That's what the world needs. That's the most important thing. The pee pipe and the poop chute. Increase work efficiency, relaxation. You could have one for each member of the family. And you know what? If you've got like say you got 3-4 however people in your house, and they all have pee pipes and poop chutes, and it could all lead into the toilet, right? You only have to flush once. That saves water. Come on now. Come on. Come on now. We're increasing efficiency, increasing relaxation, and saving water. Come on now. Come on. My Sims going, my cat has a litter tray that self-cleans. We need that. See, that's a good idea. That's a good idea. Genius. All right, guys. It is 9 hours and 36 minutes. That made no sense at all, but I'm gonna run with it. 9:36. Yeah, I'm gonna start heading back. So I'm gonna wrap this stream up and start heading back to my living quarters. But yeah, should hopefully be live on Monday. You know, do like the weekly Monday stream as we normally do. That's the plan for that. And what else? I might, if I can jump on Twitch tomorrow. But we'll see how that goes. No promises. Well, never any promises because there's no guarantees. We just do the best we can in the end. But yeah, you know, look out for some videos. I'll try and post some stuff, you know, if I can. And yeah, I think that's yeah, all for now. So guys, to all the talkers and the stalkers, to the stayers and the strayers, I keep forgetting the camera lens is over here and not over there. Habits. But I appreciate you. Thank you for keeping me company, whether you stayed for a little bit or stayed for a lot of bits. Big up to Errol for reminding me of GameSpot. Man, that was a trip down memory lane. GameSpot, you know. But yeah, we talked about some stuff on this unplanned live stream in my car from Richmond. So you soon, take care. Big up for coming through, please. Appreciate you guys. But yeah, it's gonna be all for now. So guys, until whenever, if ever, peace. And yeah, let me hold this up because it's a bit different on my phone than it is on my computer. So let me hold it here so it doesn't look too awkward. Hey, haters.